If you're going to be shooting on a dirt road, you've got to try this trick. I'm going to break down this image and show you exactly what we did to achieve this really cool effect. So this image was photographed as part of a test. So I was testing out the Sony A7R4 at the time, along with the 135 1.8 G Master lens, which is an awesome lens. So we went and we got a model, and we went to this really cool farmer's field that had a really cool road that we noticed sort of as we were photographing. And what was really cool is that it automatically gave us a lot of depth. This was kind of a long road that went on, basically, this was like a little a hill, and then over here was a bit of an opening, right? We'll talk about that in a sec. The challenge with this is to, obviously to create the depth, but also facing that crazy, crazy sunlight. So the sunlight, as you can see, it's coming in all from the sides, from this direction, and it's really 90-degree to the model, right? So it's really coming in from the side. So that was very challenging, but I know, I love using hard light. So for me, this was really, really cool. Hard light also allows us to get a lot of details. So all these details in the dress, it gives us a lot of shape, right? If you look at old paintings, there's a lot of sort of candlelight kind of stuff happening with these painters using candlelight as a light source. So there's a lot of really hard shadows often, right? So I really like that. So this was really cool. So let's break down the composition. We're basically going dead center here. If you look at rule of thirds, we have our graph here, right? A very crooked one, but we're down the middle, right? We're in the center of everything, which is great. So the eye really has nowhere else to go but the center, which is the whole point. So we want to kind of create the depth by using a lens at 1.8. So this was 135 1.8. So we got that really shallow depth of field. So I mean, right away, right from here on out, you are seeing things completely out of focus while our subject remains in focus. But other things we have going for ourselves, which is obviously the leading lines, right? As this road goes, it disappears into the distance. So the leading lines are awesome. What's really cool too is that you see these trees here on both sides and even along the top. It's quite dark, right? Compared to sort of the middle area. So we have a really nice contrast. And we're created even more contrast by placing our subject in the center, because you can see from here to here is a really big contrast, right? From her arm being in shadow to that really light road in the back. So that was really cool. So we're creating depth, we're creating shadows, we're creating a dimension, which is the whole point. Camera settings were 1/6400th of a second. Yes, super, super high shutter speed. And again, I'm shooting at 1.8. I could use an ND filter and all that kind of stuff. No need. Cameras can handle 1/6400th of a second. At 1.8 wide open, we're able to, really focus our attention on that really harsh sunlight that's coming in. We're at ISO 160. I could have gone to ISO 100 and maybe gone to 1/4000th of a second. Again, doesn't really matter. It is what it is. So those are the camera settings. There's no external flash. We're just using that natural light. The overall tone of the image is quite warm. So we wanted to kind of, that sunset time, golden hour, again, just kind of having that image or having that mood within the image. Very minimal editing on this. There was this little cap here that was white, meaning the road was coming in and ending and going. So it's basically like a little hill that we've gone over. And there was a little bit of gap in the leaves here, which was quite bright because it was, there's no clouds in the sky. We just got sun. So it was just kind of this white distracting blob in the back. So we got rid of that. We filled that in. And now our eye really has nowhere else to go but center, which is, again, the whole idea. Now, the part that, all these elements came together, which is great, but the really cool part about this is when we thought, okay, there's a dirt road. If we had only a crew to get some dirt back up and kicking into the back of that image, right? To create this even more sort of surreal, romantic kind of vibe. And we thought, you know what, let's wait for a car to go by And literally we waited, there's a parking lot on this side of the frame. Cars would come around, it would go and would drive down that hill. As soon as the car disappeared on this little hump of the hill, we went to the other side of the hill, we would run out, the model would be ready, we would run out, there would still be some dirt kept up in the air here, and it all worked out, basically being side lit. Ideally, you'd want to backlit a little bit more, but this worked out really well. We've had dirt being kicked up and being visible because of the very harsh sunlight coming in right from the side here. And yeah, it all came together, right? We had center image or center focus with our subject. We had leading lines coming in with where that road, basically leading to this little pyramid visually. We also helped, what helped the pyramid also was the dark, trees with the light road. And that was really cool. That worked out really well. So yeah, very, very happy with this image, very proud of this shot. It was really, really fun to do. Curious if there's anything that you would have done differently, or maybe some things that you've done that are similar that you've tried on your own photo shoot. So let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoy this kind of image breakdown, I want to do a lot more of these. I've got 16 years worth of wedding work in archive. So I definitely have a lot of images to talk about. So if you found this helpful, please let me know. Just share, comment, like, all that stuff. Subscribe if you haven't. It doesn't cost you anything. So I'd appreciate it, and see you on the next video.